There's a racing championship that has almost everything enthusiasts say they want. Multiple manufacturers, radical engineering freedom, different philosophies competing on the same track, cars that look futuristic, aggressive, and unmistakably purpose-built. Racing that rewards intelligence, restraint, and endurance rather than pure aggression alone. And yet for most people, it barely exists. The FIA World Endurance Championship, or WEC, is arguably in the strongest position it has ever been in. And still, it struggles to capture mainstream attention in the way Formula One does. So the question isn't whether WEC is good, it's why so few people are watching. At the heart of WEC is a very different philosophy to modern single-seater racing. Formula One is built around speed, personalities, and weekly spectacle. WEC is built around time. 6 hours, 8 hours, 24 hours. It asks something very different from its audience. You're not expected to sit down and consume it like a movie. You're expected to drop in, come back, follow a story that unfolds gradually rather than instantly. That alone makes it harder to market in a world driven by short-form clips and immediate payoffs. But that slower rhythm is also what makes endurance racing special. It allows for strategy to breathe. It allows mistakes to matter in a different way. It allows cars to be pushed not just to the edge of performance, but to the edge of reliability. Winning Le Mans isn't about being the fastest for one lap. It's about being consistently excellent for an entire day. And the cars themselves are quietly spectacular. The current hypercar era has brought manufacturers back in a way that felt impossible just a decade ago. Toyota, Ferrari, Porsche, Peugeot, all building machines to the same broad performance window, but arriving there through completely different engineering philosophies. Hybrid systems versus non-hybrids. High downforce concepts versus low drag efficiency. It's real technical diversity, something many people claim they want but rarely engage with when it actually arrives. Yet WEC doesn't explain itself well. If you're a new viewer, the rules can feel opaque. Balance of performance is often misunderstood, even though it exists to allow different concepts to compete fairly. Driver lineups change mid-race. Cars you were following disappear into the pits for hours and then quietly re-enter the story. There's no single narrative voice guiding you through it all, unless you already care. Formula One, by contrast, holds your hand. Every race weekend follows the same rhythm. The broadcast is personality-driven. The stories are simplified into rivalries, heroes, and villains. You don't need to understand the technical side to feel invested. WEC assumes you're already invested, and that might be its biggest problem. Endurance racing rewards patience, context, and appreciation of process, values that don't always translate cleanly to modern media ecosystems. It's harder to clip, harder to dramatize, harder to turn into a single viral moment. But for those who do give it time, WEC offers something Formula One increasingly struggles to provide, a sense that the racing exists for its own sake, not just for the show around it. There are no artificial sprints to manufacture excitement, no weekly narrative resets, no obsession with driver branding over engineering. Just teams, machines, and time. Seeing who can do the best job over the longest distance. Maybe WEC isn't unpopular because it lacks quality. Maybe it's unpopular because it refuses to compromise what it is. And in a motorsport landscape increasingly shaped by algorithms, personalities, and instant gratification, that might make endurance racing feel quietly out of step, even as it delivers some of the most authentic racing still left.